I have just worked this morning a little bit, made some TikToks, wrote back to all my emails, and now I'm getting ready for the gym. It is 8 o'clock. So I'm just gonna slick back my hair. This is like my favorite slick back product when I don't want to wash my hair, because essentially this gel, it's called Eco Style Olive Oil Styling Gel. Slick back your hair really well. It doesn't hold like crazy for the whole day if you're someone who is like, if it's windy or whatever, but it's great for like the gym. And essentially you can just come back home and brush out your hair and it fully brushes out. Been invited to go to the Faithful the Labour warehouse sale tonight, which will be exciting. And essentially how it works, if they want you to post content, is they give you a voucher of like $200 and then you go and you shop and you like share your experience. But it's cool because I've been wearing Faithful for like since I was in year 10, I want to say, or year 11. Yeah, I think that's right. And back then it was like the brand to have, like it was like, whoa. And a lot of the time people think that you just accept like all the gifting and stuff that people offer you, but in reality, I think I go back to probably like, I would say 80% of emails and say like, oh, this is aligned with my style, because I found that when I first started posting content, I was so like, obviously still am like grateful for brands wanting to send to me. So I definitely was over consuming, and I would just say yes to every brand if they were like kind of big. Like if it was like, oh, hey, we want to send you some stuff, I'd be like, yeah, this is what I want. And I would like spend hours on the website trying to find like one thing that I thought was my style. And then I eventually ended up saying no, because my style started changing into something that I didn't like. And I was saying to Talia, like, why is my style changing? Like, I'm so confused. And we both concluded that I was just saying yes to all of these brands. And typically, like if I had to buy those clothes, like I wouldn't spend my dollars there. Like I really thought the clothes were cute, but I wasn't like, oh my God, this is so my style. So my style became really like boring and very just like not reflective of my personality. Just fucking around with these camera settings because I wasn't, whatever. So just journaled. I need to get dressed for the gym, and then I think I'm gonna walk up to the gym, maybe get a coffee. I am gonna do a lot of talking around my eating today. So if that's triggering, trigger warning. And a disclaimer, what I eat is not what you have to eat. I just think a lot of people are asking at the moment on my TikTok. So I thought I would put it on YouTube because I can explain things fully. Whereas on TikTok, I don't have 1 minute, but realistically, no one's watching longer than 1 minute. So if I make a video about something to do with food, people are like, rah, rah, rah. Eat whatever you want, da da da, so whatever. I do try to hit 140 grams of protein a day, which I don't always do, honestly. It's really hard. And I think like when I used to think about like starting a fitness journey or like wanting to like run or like wanting to do things, just remember like the time is going to pass either way. Like you will be in December either way. So you may as well, if you want to start now, like just start today, start now. If you're watching this and you want to start, just start right now, because back in November, I remember being like, I just cannot be bothered committing to like this many gym sessions, like hitting my protein goal. I just could not be bothered. And now it's like part of my daily rotation. And Tiles and I always say like floors and ceilings, and essentially your floor is the minimum amount of things you can do. So for example, I know that I say back in November could go to the gym twice a week, I could journal every day, I could drink 3 liters of water and hit say 5,000 steps. So that was my floor, absolute baseline minimum things I could do every single day without fail. Then you have your ceiling. Your ceiling is things that you probably think are a little bit out of reach and would lead to burnout. So at the time I probably thought that was running 3 times a week, exercising 5 times a week, like including the running, hitting 100 plus grams of protein, hitting my 10,000 steps, like blah, blah. As you do your floor, it's so compounding that eventually you will hit your ceiling, or like what you once thought was your ceiling, and then that ceiling becomes your floor. Does that make sense? So for example, now absolute minimum things I do is at a minimum hit 100 grams of protein a day, work out at a minimum 4 times a week, drink 3 liters of water, hit 10,000 steps, and journal every day. So those are the 5 things I know are like my floor that I can definitely hit. And then my ceiling would probably be like hitting 145 grams of protein a day, walking 20,000 steps, like, you know, something crazy. but it might eventually become my floor. So let's get dressed for the gym. It's actually my first time drinking back this weekend, which was a lot of fun. I haven't been drinking because I've been really focused on my fitness goals, and drinking, it's just like a lot of empty calories. Sorry to be that bitch, but when you're drinking like a bottle of wine, and I really just like wanted to lock in. And also like I get really, sleep is really important to me. Like I need to sleep like at least 8 hours a night. I don't do that, but I should. So I just wanted to see how it like affected me. And I think a lot of the time when you're drunk, you just end up like drunk eating and like all of that stuff. So it wasn't like conducive to my health goals. I'm going to get my flowers topped up today. Biggest things I would say is people, when I started my fitness journey, would always say like, it doesn't matter how much you work out, like it's all about the gym. Oh yes, fuck. Can I speak? Doesn't matter how much you work out, it's all about like what you eat. So true. This wrap top I posted about on both TikTok and Instagram, and it kind of went crazy. It's from Crop Shop Boutique. I'm wearing it in a size large. I feel like take your normal size, unless you love things being like super tight around the arms, which couldn't imagine why you would like that, but if you do, good for you. So this is the top, and it just like ties around the back. It's like a good lightweight situation cover-up vibe. Have some leftover cottage cheese, so I'm just gonna eat that with some blueberries for a pre-workout snack. Looks gross, but it's just like easy and good to fill up your stomach before you train. Everyday bag. Sad thing that I need to post on this actually. And just like fits so much stuff. 2 phone holders, which is great. I have really high histamine levels, and I have like kind of like a low-key shellfish allergy. And basically I went out for sushi the other night with my 2 friends. And when I say I'm allergic to shellfish, it's literally like, sounds so wanky, caviar, salmon roe, and like sometimes crab if it's not fresh. And I didn't have any of that, but I think because I was eating scallops and lobster and stuff in Jersey, my histamine levels were really high. And I used to think I was actually allergic to avocados because of the latex, because I'm allergic to latex. Yes, use your imagination. But it's actually because I have high histamine levels. So trying to avoid high histamine foods, but I think I am going to purchase an antihistamine from the chemist because I like am still really itchy like around my arms and just like around my neck, and I feel really puffy, you can probably tell. So I need to go and get that, but the only bad thing about that is it makes you super drowsy, so you like fall asleep straight away, and I have so much shit to do today, so I'm like admin wise, so I can't really be like sleeping. But yeah, if you're someone who has struggled with high histamine responses, it'd be really interesting to know your experience, because I didn't even know it was a thing until like maybe like 10 hours ago, or no, 24 hours ago. And then once I started looking into it, I was like, oh my god, this is me. Also really want a coffee, so that's like mission number 1. It's also kind of spinning. Greenwich Village Athletic. I actually joined this gym the first week that I moved here. Charles and I both joined. She was like, we have to join this gym. It's like, okay. Been coming here ever since. Made a lot of friends this way too. So we've spoken about this a few times, but my knee is still cooked. I have patella tendonitis from running. So I really want to run when we move to the Hamptons in about a month. So I'm doing a lot of rehab for it. I go to PT once a week and it costs me $250 a session. So it needs to fucking work and I need to do my exercises. Otherwise, I won't be running. Hey!
Got dancing! But also...
Alan's getting the s'mores latte.
Does it actually have audio? Whoa, that's cool. It just spins around like that.
Yeah.
Future.
Bliss?
Okay.
Alright, just finished coffee and on my walk home, I try to walk to and from the gym every day, like every time I do APS, because I sit at my desk all day, so it's not very conducive to a lot of steps. And I do hit 15,000 steps every day as kind of just like a floor rule. It used to be 10,000, but I just like bumped it up maybe like 6 weeks ago. Say if you're not into running, which is so fine, maybe try to get into it. If you are trying to like build up your cardiovascular fitness, and prioritize walking to start, because it's so good for you and like your joints. I was having this conversation with one of the trainers just then. He said that he doesn't like training people to like look a certain way, and I was like, yes, wow, I so relate to this. He's like, I want to train people to be able to train a certain way, and then as a byproduct, if they start looking a certain way, they're just like happy with that. And yeah, I thought that was cool. So this is my flower shop, but I think we might not have anyone. Hi, how are you? Good, how are you? Thank you.
O no? White. Cosa tienes blancas arriba? Mini carnation arriba tienes? White? No? No.
So you know how these ones last a while? Do you have like a similar flower that would last the same amount of time, but that's lighter? Like, I know, do these ones die? Or
This one.
this
No,
one?
this one is last longer.
Okay, let's do that one. Thank you. Thanks so much. Yeah, it's just for me, so it doesn't need to be wrapped pretty or anything.
Just paper.
Yeah, thank you. Perfect. Thanks so much. Oh my god, they're so cute there. Oh, it's fully pissing down raining. Bye. I literally just came out of the flower shop and it was pissing down. Like, this is soaked. Bye. Still got my flowers though. I didn't buy Tiles any because it's her birthday week, so she's gonna get gifted like so many. So I'm like, we'll wait, you know? Hey.
How are you?
How are you?
Good. How
Hi, friend. I can't hear you. Wait, let me take my headphones out. Thank God. Alan like makes you work pretty hard though. How's your work day going? High heat, no oil, no nothing, because it's gonna like blister them at the bottom like this, and then move them around, and you want it to become like blackened on the bottom. Once that happens, you turn off the heat and put a lid on and a little bit of oil, and it'll like blister them and make them soft, and then you have like char grilled capsicums without having to like have a grill, because obviously apartment living, like we have a grill on the roof, but obviously I'm not going to go off and do that. So, but definitely say one of the biggest things Jessie taught me was like, actually, the biggest things he taught me, can't remember. I don't know. I actually don't know what the scientific term is, but it's basically when you like load up your plate with like heaps of veggies, heaps of greens, broccoli, tomatoes, because they're satiating and they're also very good for you. They have like a lot of vitamins that you need, and they also don't like get your caloric intake up. Like this. You can kind of see they're getting like a little bit black. I feel like cottage cheese is a very American thing to be eating, but it's really good for protein. And I would say that I replace this instead of like sour cream in my bowls, and I really like the taste of it, so that helps, you know. Don't ever eat foods you don't like the taste of because it's not sustainable. Veggies. Perfect. Why am I like this? I would say that's like my toxic trait is I'm really clumsy. Like I trip over like once a day. It's 12:40 now. I do generally like to eat my breakfast and my lunch separately, but sometimes like with my gym it just like ends up, that's why I have the snack sometimes in the morning like banana or something, because my gym class is later in the day on Monday, Wednesday, so ends up pushing my like eating schedule out. But mince, salad, tomatoes, capsicum, cottage cheese. It's honestly like very simple and easy, and I think that's why I like it, is because I know I'm getting like all of my proteins in. When I first started, I tried to overcomplicate it massively and just try and make like these elaborate meals that were like, when you're growing up, you like follow all these stupid recipes. Add dates into this and add this cacao nibs and whatever, and like you just realize if you just strip it back and eat meat or like some sort of meat and fresh veggies, like you will be so sweet. And when I first started like my training with Jessie, I was overcomplicating it massively and being like, what do I eat for lunch? I need to make these like sanchoy bao lettuce cups, which obviously I can do, but it's not great for timings in terms of it took me ages, and then I was less likely to do it and just like go out and buy something. So this taco bowl situation is like heavy on rotation. And I also just want to preface this by saying like this is me 7, almost 8 months into kind of, I wouldn't say even following a plan, just more so having this mindset. So I know when I first started, I just like honestly thought it was genuinely impossible for me to have this as my new norm and not think it's like eating healthy or whatever. It's just like normal now. Whereas before, I think I used to eat a lot of processed food, I would say. Okay, so I've just showered and done my flowers. I would say for the most part, I don't wear makeup, like definitely not in the house, and I'm not really out of the house anymore. Unless I'm like going to like an event or like going on a night out, whatever. And I think it just is good to let your skin breathe. And also a lot of the time I get questions. It's so interesting to me that a lot of the questions are, how do you feel confident not wearing makeup to work? How do you feel confident not wearing makeup when you're posting yourself online all the time and like criticizing, I guess, like what you look like? And I would say the biggest thing is the more you do it, the better it becomes. I feel like I grew up in a family that was like very much no makeup household. That definitely helped. I just have this mentality that's like, I don't really know how to explain it, but maybe it's because I can't do my makeup very well, but I'm like, everyone knows what you look like anyway. And you're going to be in non-makeup around like friends, partner, like whoever at some stage in your life. So you may as well just be very like comfortable in your own skin. And it's very easy to say from someone who has clear skin, and completely appreciate that if you do have like acne or you struggle with skin problems, like you are, like I have a lot of friends that struggle with that and they wear makeup because it makes them feel better, which is also so fun. But if you're trying, I guess, to not wear as much makeup, I think it's all like a mentality. Like no one is thinking twice about it. And no one is thinking about you in general as much as you think. I think that's like something that Tiles and I live by. Like when you go out and about, like people are so concerned about themselves. Like they're not thinking like, oh, she's not wearing makeup, or oh, she has like dark under circles. And if they are, like we probably don't want to be friends with them anyway. So like I never look at girls with no makeup on and think like, oh, she should put makeup on. And like, I don't know if you guys ever have, but it is, yeah, it's just like, the more you do it, the better it becomes. That's why I always say with like bikinis, like I wear my bikinis like around the house all the time pre-summer, so that I can like be very confident when I am in my bikini in summer. So practice makes perfect. So I'm going to edit our joint YouTube vlog, a bit of this vlog, and then I need to make a reel for Instagram, and then I need to do an Amazon Prime video. And I have a work event this week that's pending with Axel, so trying to get some more info on that. And we'll see. And I need to also edit a video for the gym and make some TikToks. I'm gonna try and make 6 TikToks today, I think. And then it's 1:30 now. Then I have to film something with Tiles for our joint YouTube, wrap up one of my clients, and then reply to one of my clients who's onboarding. I'm sleepy too. My friends just texted me and said that they're having coffee down the street, so I'm gonna go with Tals to go see them really quickly.
2 suitcases?
Yeah.
No. All your clothes. Okay, what about the things in your bathroom? You're bringing all of that?
Yep.
Makeup? Caitlin.
Mum's making me back up my life.
Yes, because as the designated boyfriend of the group, I don't want to be lugging any suitcases.
What? You might be lugging with them. They look like such cool girls. This is amazing! Missed you.
You're glowing.
Likewise. Hi. How are you? Good. Literally, I literally just got changed. I was like, sorry, high tech.
You know what it reminds me of? Guys who Google Maps cars. Like they're like
Hey, how are you? Where'd you get coffee from?
We just went to a hole in the wall.
Oh, nice. Was it Ellie?
I'm definitely gonna.
Hours. So sweet. Yeah. Oh my god. Tony. It's from Morphe. A contour stick, brow pencil, and a gripping gel. Boom, boom, boom. New sunnies. Random little snack. I'm gonna have some Jello. You either grew up eating jelly or not, and I was a big jelly kid. And I would make jelly so much my parents would be like, dude, please eat something else. This is not good for you. Just gotten ready. I did this like no makeup look. I just used Morphe contour stick, blush, and mascara. Pretty simple. But this is my outfit. Maybe just this clean one. This one from Net. Just like makes me always feel very clean. Like these ones from Dolce Vita. They're actually really great. I'm like really not hungry today. I don't know if that's like off the back of my slight food poisoning last week, but just like crazy because it's like peak hour time when everyone gets off work. It starts at 5 and goes till 7, and we're like locked into the 5 to 6 time slot. So how awkward. The brand didn't put the name down for the vouchers. Then the guy oh, that's cute. Yeah. Yeah, they didn't put Caitlin's voucher down. So they were like, oh, come for this thing, spend an hour coming out of my day, 2 hours coming out of my day. Oh, just kidding, we didn't actually put you on the list. Oh, the guy's like, sorry. We're like, really waiting. I just don't understand when brands do this. Like, it makes me feel so awkward. Just sitting there being like, I want to learn how to waste time in New York City. Do that. Just picked up the deliveries from the mailroom and went to the chemist and got some antihistamine stuff, the thing I was telling you about this morning. We have like a lot of requirements for our next apartment, and one of them is a mailroom because we get so many parcels that basically in New York a lot of people's parcels get stolen like really regularly, so if you have like a mailroom then they tend to not get stolen. It's nice. Oh, they're cute. Okay, kissing balm from Kit Skin. This is actually my favourite lip balm. So good. This grape Olipop. One thing to note about me is I'm a grape girl. Like, I love grape flavoured things. Back to editing. I feel like I haven't eaten a whole bunch today, but I've just been feeling so funny in the tummy since having like food poisoning. I need to make an Amazon Prime video. So essentially I'm doing this video for ShopMy, which is the platform I use to link like all my outfits. And they asked if I wanted to make a Prime video because in Australia, I think Amazon is big, but in America it's like huge, obviously. So I'm an Amazon Prime member, but they basically have these days that's like Prime Day where everything's like on sale essentially, and people like add things to their cart in the week leading up to it to basically check out and stock up on like all of the stuff that they need. Essentially I just have to make a video on TikTok being like, this is exactly what I've ordered on Prime. I've literally made probably, let's see, in 2025 I've placed 40 orders. In 2024, like the whole year I had 120 orders, so like I do use it a fair bit. And just finished filming that. I'm gonna eat this protein bar. Okay, so just created a YouTube like reel for my Instagram and choosing a song for that, and then a link to my ShopMy products, reply to my emails, organized our hire car for the Hamptons, and are you joking? Okay, ShopMy just came back to me and told me that my links need to be separate, so I don't really know what that means. Just go add this, and then I'm gonna go bangles and Amazon watch, and then I'm going to go here. New collection, add products, search your products. This stuff just like takes a while is probably the thing I will say. Just like time consuming. And then what else should I link? How I do my brows. So basically for this collaboration you need to have like different links for each item, and they need to be clicked on a minimum of 10 times. So that's what I'm doing now.
You like it?
Is this the same chicken you made for us? Or different one?
QB? No, don't get it out. No, please.
No, another sauce.
QB? No, please, I'm trying to limit one.
QB intake.
I'm trying to eat like, Nathana's or whatever the fuck it's called. For a month. For a month!
Why?
Okay, what happened?
Do you guys have hills in your area?
Yeah, Oliver's Hill. So much fun.
Yeah. I was just like feeling this shit. I'd like detour to get the top of this rock. Bunny, it's just Pit Road. It's Pit Road, Bunny.
Oh, I was talking about one.
It looks like when you go to drive up it, you're like, oh, I don't know if my car will.
It is funny because you go down like quite nice, and then also
I think people always say that when they're like, you could own like 4 houses here. I'm like,
Oh, wait,
yeah, perfect. I'd also
hands down.
no,
What
like,
guitar touch you went?
you can keep going, sleep. Barney, no.
Oh my god. My kryptonite is back. J-pop?
Joppa? Just played some bananagrams. I would say that's like definitely my favorite. I don't even know if you would call it a board game. Just game in general. Like I just find it like very stimulating for my brain. So just played that. Now I'm going to edit this vlog, this one, and then I need to go to bed because I'm going to wake up at 6:30 or 6. I need to leave the house at 6:20. I'm very tired. Too tired. Skincare time. So I used the Rationale range, and this is them. Just using this like Colgate toothpaste at the moment, and I'm not obsessed with it. Get these little floss picks, they make it so much easier. Also, one of my tooth gems fell off today. I've had it on for like over a year. And they're only meant to stay on for like 6 months or something, but mine have been staying so long. I have one on this tooth too. You know, skincare. So I've got this Rationale range. I admittedly did not pay for this. I got it because they are one of my clients. I do content for them in New York City, so very fortunate to have access to expensive skincare that actually is so good. I've been using their skincare for probably, when I got back from Australia, maybe yeah, 5 months, and I definitely have noticed the biggest difference in my skin. Like people always hear, oh my god, you're glowing, like blah blah. And Rationale have this saying that's like, you get like the Rationale glow, and yeah, I feel like I've had way more skin compliments. Maybe that, and also just like removing men from my life, honestly. Bit of both, bit of a combo. I have like one spot here that is giving me like pigment problems, but in terms of everything else, pretty good. And then this is my favorite. This is like their all-time product. It's the No. 6 night cream. I'm actually low-key running out. But if you are on more of a budget, I would definitely recommend Skin Fix. This brand is really good. I normally tend to use their moisturizer and their wash, but yeah, that's at a more affordable price point. I am like definitely more tanned at the moment, but I feel pale. You know when you're tan but you feel pale, so I'm just gonna do 2 drops of the Glow Up glow drops from Baddest. I am like the biggest sucker for a face tan because you don't have to damage your skin and tan your face, but you want it to match the rest of your body. So, but this is the hand soap I use. It's from Salt and Stone. It's Santel, and I don't even know how to pronounce the second word, but it smells really good. The Benadryl. So Benadryl is like an allergy relief thing, and you know I've been talking about my histamine stuff. I'm gonna take this. It makes you really drowsy though, so I didn't want to take it today because I wanted to take it before I went to bed so I could just like, you know. Also, I feel like in this vlog, I didn't really speak much about my work. If you'd like me to talk more about my work, please let me know, but I sometimes think it gives like boring. 1 tablet. Oh, 1 to 2 tablets. Maybe I'll just take 2. I saw this video on TikTok the other day that was like, good morning to everyone except people who say like they don't take medication. And it was like this meme that's like, oh my god, I have the biggest headache. And the person's like, do you want some like, whatever, like medication? They're like, oh, no, I don't take medicine. You're just like raw dogging this like mild pain. Like, what's the point? Just take the damn tablets. I grew up in a household that just was like, take the Panadol or take this. Like obviously you're meant to have water and whatnot, but if you have a headache, like just get it done, you know? Like it was kind of giving like you're not a hero for, it's like when people, I am these people, but I don't do this on purpose. I don't watch TV. And people are like, oh, I just could never watch TV. Like, yeah, because my attention span is too short from TikTok. It's not a flex, but it's like giving the same energy, you know? They make these things so hard to open. I'm like, I get it, it's childproof, but it's starting to become adult-proof. I don't know why whenever I take tablets, I have to like leave my head back. Like, I hate taking tablets. Okay, night perfume, Jo Malone. Oh, couldn't see anything. Night perfume is English Pear and Sweet Pea Jo Malone cologne. I just feel like it's nice to have like a little nighttime scent, you know? So cute. Alright, well, that was a very normal day in New York. If you found this interesting or want to see anything else, do let me know. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Alright, bye.